Mine would be a 0.
Yours
I
would
have
be
no
more
interest in
than-
playing Death Stranding 1. It looks like the world's most boring game.
It's not. There's more to it than you think, though.
Yes, Vincent. Vincent. Yes, Vincent. Vincent. Yes, Vincent. Vincent. Yes, Vincent.
Hello, everybody. It's my pleasure to welcome you all back. You're listening to the That's a Vincent Gaming Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Josh, otherwise known as ThatsABingo. And of course, once again, joined by my fantastic co-host, Dan, aka Vincentjules. How's it going, dude?
It's going well, going very well. I'm ready to go. One of my favourite nights of the week where we get to talk a load of rubbish. Enjoyed the last episode. I listened back to it with Ellis. Really enjoyed it. I feel like people were listening in the big wide world because 2 of my suggestions have come to light that they seem to be a thing.
Yeah.
The Blade game seems to have been leaked. Is that the word?
Willed it into. It's just been like shadow confirmed, hasn't it?
Shadow confirmed, but the Transformers thing has been leaked. So
willed it into existence, mate.
Crazy, but yeah, I'm cool. What about yourself?
Yep, I'm good. Looking forward to this episode. So obviously, I don't know how many people know because I don't know. Like, it's a big thing within gaming, but like I don't know anyone that like actively participated because I know you don't really like focus on it, do you? The Game Awards. You just know it
sometimes I focus on it more than others. Like the last couple of years, I was really into it. This year, it kind of flew past me a little bit, but I've then caught up since.
Yeah. So this week we are. So for those who don't know, last week was the yearly Game Awards hosted by Jeff Keighley, basically Oscars for video games. And today, in case people missed it, because it is broadcasting the night, so in case people missed it or didn't realise. This week's episodes, we're just going to go through, talk about the categories, talk about who won, who we thought we should have won, and then basically talk about what was announced and revealed at the awards, because it's a massive. It's, to be fair, it's more reveals than awards at this point. They need to mess with the weighting a bit, but yeah, this is going to be a good one-stop shop to get up to date with everything that you might have missed.
It's just to shoot the shit. Shoot the shit.
Yeah,
it doesn't always have to be top 10s and tier lists. It's just we shoot the shit.
You've been playing anyway. Like what you've been before we get onto that, we'll talk about what we've been playing. So we've been not a lot, but
so what have I been playing? So I have been continuing God of War a little bit, very little bit, not as much as I hoped, wished, or dreamed. Played a lot of DMZ.
Yes.
I played the first 15 minutes of High on Life. So next week when we play this, I'm hoping to play a lot more of High on Life, so to have a more opinion on that. And the thing I've put most hours into this week is a bit of a crazy one, and I know you're just going to sigh and you're going to be like, because you hate it and you're not a fan, and it's been brought up many times on the podcast, is me and Tash have started and almost completed Portal 2 again. We needed something to play, and Tash said to me the other day, is there any way you can get Portal on the PlayStation? So we can just sit on the settee and play that without sitting there, because obviously heavily pregnant. So I had a look, and you can't. It's not on PlayStation 4. Can't get on the PS Store. So I said, all right, then, Bab, I'll buy it on Steam. It was still quite expensive, so I thought, oh, maybe I'll get that, and then I don't know if you can share play it. I'll have a look, and to be honest, I forgot about it. And then in the Steam sale, I randomly got a notification to say half an hour flash sale, Portal 2, 89p. So I eagerly text Tash while I was at work, and she downloaded 2 copies of Portal 2. You can share play it, so I didn't need 2 copies, but 89p doesn't really matter. And yeah, we are on the last set of levels on that.
It would baffle me no end that there are plenty of games you haven't played or could play with Tash, and you still go back to that. But it's
one of our all-time favourites. We played it when we first got together like 10 years ago. Absolutely,
I know, people love it.
Love it. And then we're going to play We Are Here next. We're going to start with the free one just to see how that is. I know that they're meant to get a lot better, and the bigger ones that you pay for are meant to be the best ones, so I might end up getting that. And then really some DMZ, and we never normally mention. Obviously, you can get onto what you've been talking about, what you've been playing in a minute. We never normally mention if we're playing like our standalones in terms of what that. I mean, like the Overwatches, the leagues, they just get played without mentioning. But I am going to shout out to last 2 nights ago, I played the best League of Legends game of my life. Not me playing, not me having the best game of my life, meaning the match was just you was in it. It was ridiculous, wasn't it?
Better than some world games. Like
it was a 59-minute masterpiece of a game, wasn't it? Just orchestrated. It was absolutely brilliant. Me, you, Payback, who is confirmed to be coming on. Confirmed to be coming on to do the single players. And the only other thing I've been playing before I've let you speak, because I've been speaking for ages, is I've only played one game of it. I jumped on Paragon with yourself, and I enjoyed that. So those that don't know, Paragon is a mobile like League of Legends and Dota that was on the Epic Store. Basically, Fortnite got so big it killed Paragon, much to the dismay of many people. Not as many people as that like Fortnite, so Epic don't care. But there was a lot of people that did like it, and it's had such a fan base since that they brought it back or willed it into existence. I don't know actually what's happened with that, but yeah.
2 versions of it. So this one I think is an Epic one that they've like, okay, we can throw a bit of money towards it, I think. So this one's called like Paragon, the Overprime. And then there's another one which is fan made, which is called something else. I can't remember that. That's on Steam.
Do you have a worry that there's 2 versions might split the fan base that wasn't already massive anyway?
Yeah, it's a weird decision.
And the thing that I never played Paragon before. All I've ever known about Paragon is now I'm into League. You've always said to me knowing you, I can't wait for you to get on Paragon. I wish you played Paragon because you love MOBAs and you love board games and the card play element. So we loaded it up and there's no cards.
No,
so I was mad confused.
It was how it started is how it was now with the items like League and stuff. And then it got like a kind of like a redirected about halfway through its life cycle, like just towards the end of its life cycle, where they put the weird card system into it, and that just hasn't made it over into the new one.
So, do you think? Because for me, looking in and what I know, that card system was what made it unique. So, has it lost a bit of its uniqueness? Because the 3D angle, well, Smite's got that. The items that they now use, well, League's got that. Or is it just a bit of everything for a half decent game? Is that all it's going to be now?
A bit of everything for a half decent game, I think. I think it does enough. I think the characters are distinct enough. It's visually is the best looking MOBA you'll ever play. It's genuinely gorgeous at some points.
It does look good. It does look good, and it felt fun to play. I found
it's got enough different about it and the characters to keep it going. I think I'm really enjoying it. My problem is now, I am slightly banned already. Well, not banned, but I've been kicked. I've been banned from joining games because I've left too many games. But because I'm a new MOBA, I'm technically in that size. I'm new at the game, so it puts me with other people that are new at the game, or just straight up because it's free to play taking the piss. So like I'm being trapped in games where no one's surrendering. Our jungler's got no items and he's 0-37, and I'm just like, I'm not playing that, so I've dipped out. That's happened to me a good few times now. So I just got to keep playing or get good enough that I get away from the newbies.
The good thing about League is people have played it for so long that people know when a game's done. And surrendering isn't the same as quitting a Call of Duty game on League. It's a genuine, this has gone too far. Because you don't need to play it. Otherwise, every game's going to be 45 minutes. And you don't need to play 20 minutes where you know some games are unwinnable.
Some people surrender too early. It is a problem, but obviously. And some people die once and they're thrown in the towel. But yeah, as a whole, they don't. People just do not surrender on Paragon, and it's just full of. I don't know if it's because people are new trying it, but like it's just some of the people I've been matched with is just hell.
Yeah. So what have you been playing?
So I've been playing a bit. I've been kind of like you had the other week. I've been playing like a few things a little bit. So I played High on Life. About 2-3 hours into it, maybe not even that. More on that next week. So I haven't really made a great decision. It's all right. I haven't really made a full decision. I need to play more. Ready or Not got a massive update. Got the Adam update. So Ready or Not, for people that don't know, I don't know if I spoke about it on the pod before. I hope I would have, because it is genuinely like it's quickly becoming one of my favorite games to play. So it is a proper. I've put about, I think it's like 50 hours into it now. I'm on my own for some reason. Like, I play it a lot on my own. So it's a military sim SWAT game. So it's like the proper old SWAT games of old, Tom Clancy of old, where you go into like situations and buildings. You have to like break it down with your teammate, and you can like breach and clear rooms. It's that just done really well. And they had a massive update. They bought like 3 new guns, 5 new maps. But every time they do an update, they add and they tweak their AI. And now this AI is quickly becoming some of like the smartest, best AI I've ever played against. How much work they're putting into it. It is mental. So the different factions. So if we go into a crack house, the enemies you fight there will shoot less, surrender easier, run off quicker. How you expect crackheads to behave. If you do the higher missions or like the terrorist attacks or the private security, they're more quiet, they're more organized, they shoot better, they wear body armor, that sort of thing. But now, like, they've got whole behavioral trees where, I've dropped my gun, and then like the AI goes through thinking pattern of, is it close enough to run and stab you or punch you? If not, run away or run to get gun. And now they've tweaked maps, so there's like cut out holes in the walls and stuff. So like AI will actively scurry away, hide around a corner, and ambush you when you get closer. Every update this game gets, it gets closer to a horror game. It's terrifying.
So I loved it when we played it before. I've not played it since this massive update. I did delete it because we wasn't getting game time. I did delete it to free up some space, but I think I had a mare the other day when it was downloading when I didn't realise. To be honest, after we've done this, it'll probably take me 5 minutes to finish it, so we could jump on that. That's no problem.
Yeah,
I'm really looking forward to it, especially everything you've just said.
It's weird because me and Lee Payback, who I play it with, we play it a lot when it's just me and him. It's one of that games that, League hasn't gone well, COD hasn't gone well, we'll jump on, Ready or Not. But it's one of those games that it never used to come into like the forefront of us 3 playing, but I adore it. It's so good. Every now and again, before like I'll go to bed and it's just me on, I'll jump on like a nighttime rainy raid on one of the missions, night vision goggles, silence MP5, and I'll just go do my little SWAT thing. And it's just that. And then finally, you were talking with you, and you mentioned the word Chivalry 2. So I immediately downloaded and started playing Chivalry 2, and I've probably played that more than anything this last week, trying to get good at it and enjoy it.
You mentioned it 2 days ago.
And that's all I've been playing. It's really good. I think I've gone from like level 1 to like level 11. It's a good game, sure is. It's fun. It's annoying in the fact that its fighting's really good, but then you just get absolute fucked by 8 men on a battlefield. And you you don't have, but when you do have those one-on-ones, it is very good, and it just feels good to like siege a castle and all that kind of nonsense. So if you do carry on downloading it, I'll look forward to playing.
Well, yeah, I definitely will.
That's really just a lot of little bits of games.
Cool. Excellent.
Anything else to add before we move on to the bulk?
No, I know what we've been playing probably has been a bit lacking of late, just because we've been so busy, but I really am planning. Well, I'm going to put a caveat there after. I'm really planning on when I have my break for Christmas, I'm really trying to have a bit of relax and play some games. But for those that don't know me personally and are listening, I have a baby due any day now. If I run off this podcast, it's because I've had the call. So that might stop it. But yeah, I am really going to try and I do want to try and sink my teeth into High on Life. And I do want to get back to God of War to finish that off.
And actually, I have been playing, another thing I've slightly played is I played Pokemon Fusions. Which is a modded, downloaded version of Pokemon in which you can fuse any 2 Pokemon together.
And what about Evil West? Have you been playing that? How was that?
A little bit. It was alright.
It was alright. Not worth.
It was alright. It was good. It weren't as good as I was hoping. I'll start playing. I put about 6 maybe hours into it.
Okay,
Try them for me.
fine.
Really weirdly, I know it's a little thing. I think it's Punch, and Punch is on R1 or like the Xbox version of it. It felt gross. I know it's annoying and it's like a little thing, but it just felt gross being fighting things and just spamming out R1.
Okay. So
Yeah,
that's what we've been playing.
Approach.
Yeah.
So
sometimes they're the best weeks.
It is. I like playing a bit of everything because it's just. I haven't had the.
I'm not judging you if you like this, but there's some players out there that play one game and only one game. When they go on, they know what they're playing. They just love that and play that. And I envy them sometimes. But
I am like it for like I default to League and TFT, but then after a bad game of that or something, I'm just staring at my desktop like, what can I play? I
would love to be like that. I get on for an hour or so a day, and it's just I really want to play this, and I really want to play this, and I really want to play this, and I really want to play this.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Christmas period.
Let's move on then.
So the Game Awards was hosted last week. Jeff Keighley sets it up. He's a main player in the video game industry. He helped E3 basically become a thing. He then has since launched his own Summer Games Fest because E3 fell through and he decided, fine, I'll do it myself. Fucking Thanos style. So he hosts it. It's like I said, it's basically Oscars for video games. There's 31 categories. Don't worry, we're not going through all 31.
I'm gonna go through most of them.
We're going through the ones that I think matter.
The one thing we will say is, well, just go through just go through them all. And if we look at the view and we've got nothing to say on it, we'll just say so. Just go through them all because it might spark conversation that we don't know. What I will say is I won't know everything about everything on this one because I've not played everything this year.
I haven't.
I'll just say when I don't know
everything, but obviously, we would always think maybe, this game wasn't nominated, but it should be because the nominations are a contention of themselves, quite frankly.
Yeah.
So we will leave I've wrote the big one down first, but obviously.
Are you on the website?
Yeah.
If you go on their website and on the categories, they're all down there. They're all there.
Yeah. I've got them all, but we're not doing
like the little titles.
We won't do gaming.
I'll start from the bottom. Right at the bottom. Best esports event. Have you got like all the titles?
Yeah. Right. Sorry, you've just changed the way I did it. Right. Best esport event. So recognise an event across single or multiple days that delivered the best of class experience for top participants and the broadcast audience. The nominees were Evo 2022, which is fighting game tournament, League of Legends World Championships, PGL Major Antwerp, which I don't even know what that is. So that's my bad. The 2020 Mid-Seasonal Invitational and the Valorant Championships. Now, I watched all of one of these and nothing else.
PGL is the Counter-Strike.
Is it? Okay. So I only watched one. I'm guessing you watched none.
I actually watched a little bit of two of these. Yeah, so I don't watch Evo, but I know what it is. I'm just not a fighting guy. I respect Evo, but it happens every year. It's good for good fanfare. I watched a bit of Valorant Champions this year, and it was actually so much better than it has been. They've really made strides on that, and Valorant Champions is very good. But now I know everyone says the Invitational's massive, and I know it is in Dota, but I don't watch it because I don't understand Dota. But I have never seen anything like the Worlds in my life.
I genuinely don't think there's any. It's like the World Cup. It's hard to explain, but like the production value of it.
I heard an absolute crazy stat. So when I am an accountant, so yeah, you can turn off now if you think that's boring. And I obviously speak to a lot of people who don't understand video games, and especially just do not understand it if I'm watching it.
Yeah.
And if I happen to be watching a league game on my break, on the telly or whatnot, and somebody comes in and be like, "How can you watch it? Are you the only one to watch it?" The stat that I found that always shuts them up, and I'll say, "Well, you know the MLB in baseball. So the World Championship final in baseball, the NBA Championship Final in basketball, the Stanley Cup Final in hockey, and the Super Bowl, the World's Final, more people watch that in the world than all 5 of those combined. Suck it.
It's mad because obviously it shows.
And if you haven't seen the opening with the dragon in the fog, I implore you to go and watch it now because, oh my God, it's amazing.
It shows how big Worlds is, but I also love that because when you hear people on the internet and they talk about like American stuff, they're so like they think they're center of the universe. Like it's mad, but Worlds, fucking was phenomenal.
Yeah,
it was incredible from start to finish. All of the games were good. There was a few technical. The only drawback is there was a few technical issues, and sometimes games would like pause or wouldn't go for ages. But I noticed there were a lot of COVID issues.
Yeah.
But Worlds was phenomenal, and the worthy winner, I think, of that, which is what they won. I think that's undebatable. I think Worlds is far and above better than any esports competition there is right now. The whole event, like the coverage, the production value, like everything, it's mental. It's been sponsored by like Mercedes-Benz and stuff like that. It's just like elite level.
That is very good. And like I said, if you haven't watched the opening with the dragon and the smoke and the way they all come out, amazing. So I'm happy with and that one. So I'm happy with that.
Yep. Next is one that I don't really have any say in. The best esports coach. Best esports coach.
We can skip that because we're going to have absolutely no idea about that. Same with the team. Same with the athlete.
Yeah. Who won that? Oh, a Valorant player.
Yeah.
Faker wasn't nominated though. Yeah, no one from the winners was, which is weird. Best esports game.
Okay.
So best esports game, overall game that delivered the best overall experience to esports experience to players, including tournament, community support, content.
So I imagine it's going to be pretty much all the games that go to those events that we've just mentioned.
Yeah.
So,
wow. That
Counter-Strike, Dota, League, Valorant, and Rocket League. Now Valorant won.
Mm-hmm.
As I've said, I actually think it's made massive strides, and I do like it and what it's done. I
just don't think it's League Legends, is it?
I don't know. Delivered the best overall esports experience to players, inclusive of tournaments, community, and support.
They might have more little tournaments. I don't know how many little tournaments it has.
I don't have an opinion on the communities of those games.
It's weird that there's not like a fighting game here. Like, I would have thought a fighting game, like something that is in Evo, like a Tekken or a Street Fighter or a Smash. But yeah, it's Valorant 1.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, I don't care. I'm not going to die on that hill for League, you know what I mean?
No. I'm with you.
This one is most anticipated game, recognizing an announced game that has demonstrably illustrated potential to push the game. I think this one's wrong. So it's... Well, it's
I don't.
So it's Final Fantasy 16, is that? Fucking Roman numerals. Hogwarts Legacy, Resident Evil 4 Remake, Starfield, and Legend of Zelda Tears of a Kingdom.
Yeah.
Now, when I say I think this is wrong, I fully am aware and understand that everyone's excited for this, but as I've made clear on this podcast numerous times, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is actually really shit.
I'm actually gonna just put something out there. Is out of those games, if I had to say which is the most anticipated by the gaming community, I think they've got the right winner. However, if you read their recognised and announced game that has demonstrably illustrated potential to push the gaming medium forward, I think Starfield is Starfield. For those that don't know, looks bigger than anything I've ever seen in my life.
It's the next people that make it's Bethesda's next one.
It's basically Skyrim in space, isn't it?
It's Skyrim Fallout in space, but with a massive scope.
But people that has the potential to blow everyone's mind. Now it's likely they're going to fuck it up. I just don't know if people are scared they're going to fuck it up, so that's why it's not as anticipated.
People should love
Again, the title
What you
I think
thinking, Dave?
Zelda should win.
What's
I
your
think this-
personal opinion?
My personal isn't on here because it was only announced at Game Awards.
Oh, okay.
No. What I was alluding to there was
Let's say out of that list.
out of this list. What am I most looking forward to playing on that
out of this
list? Probably. See, people are always going to expect to say Resident Evil 4 with the cool overall graphics, but if they did the Hogwarts right, and I'm so worried for that game, especially as it's been delayed again. If they do Hogwarts Legacy right, and it's what they want in that world and that RPG building, and you can do what you want, I think I could fuck with that. I know Tash is getting it day one because I'm buying it, but
combat scares me. The combat looks a bit.
I think the whole game scares me, and it's been delayed again. That has the potential. I mean, I don't hate Harry Potter. I like it a bit more now than I used to. I hate the first 5 films, but my wife loves it, so she's made me watch them, and I can mess with it.
I'm not invested in Harry Potter enough that bothers me.
Do you know what I feel though? I feel a little bit, not as much as Star Wars, but I feel similar in that I don't love the films, but I like the lore. Anything with lore that deep, I've got mad respect for it. So I'd probably, and it's WB Games. So I'd say out of that list for me, probably Hogwarts Legacy or Resident Evil 4.
You haven't liked a single Avalanche Software game?
No, probably not.
Mine's Final Fantasy. Have you seen the trailers for that game?
Not interested in Final Fantasy.
Mainline Final Fantasy, especially the action, like the combat.
Played one out of the 52 of them.
That fucking game looks like.
I am going to play 7. Because I promised payback for Porter. I'm going to play 7.
I genuinely think the way that I look at this game and the way I see trailers, this could be one of the best games ever made.
So,
that's my vote. This one warmed my little heart.
So that's it, yeah.
Yeah. So this one is best adaptation that's faithfully recreated a video game into another format. The choices are Arcane League of Legends, Cyberpunk Edge Runners, The Cuphead Show, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and Uncharted. Now, what I think's great about this award is, other than Uncharted, which I don't think should be on this list because I don't think it faithfully did anything right, the other 4 are all fantastic adaptations. 2 of them stand out better, and one of them is phenomenal.
No, I think 3 stand out great, and one's good.
I think we've got Arcane, which is a masterpiece and phenomenal and perfection. Cyberpunk was incredible. I think Cuphead Show is really good.
Cuphead Show is fantastic. Nah,
it expands rather than adapts, which is fine. And then Sonic, I think Sonic, for how hard Sonic is.
No, it does expand. It does adapt it because
they don't do the main part of the game.
So they're adapting it, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
They're not faithfully represented just doing boss fights, but all the bosses are in there. My favourite episode actually is where the 2. I've actually seen all the episodes. My daughter loves it. The episode where they go on the riverboat with the 2 frogs, I absolutely adore that level. That episode, because they've got the big bosses from the 2 toads that fight each other.
Yeah,
and honestly, it is great. It's funny. Did I need to watch them 100 times? Probably not.
No,
I'm a bit sick of watching them this time, but that's just what having a toddler is. But the first time I watched them, thoroughly enjoyed them. It was
one of the things I don't mind watching with.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is amazing. It's a good film. It's
incredible considering how hard Sonic is to.
So the difference between Arcane and Sonic is a really good film, but it's not one of the best films I've ever seen. But Arcane is that level of TV show. It's fantastic.
If League of Legends, the video game, didn't exist, but Arcane still did, Arcane is still a masterpiece.
It was still a great TV show. Yeah. Yeah.
You
don't even need to know a thing about League of Legends for Arcane to be great.
Edge Runners was also fantastic.
So
really, really good anime with a really good soundtrack. But yeah, Uncharted did not. I don't think you can have the 2 main characters that miscast and that badly portrayed and be nominated for an award for best adaptation.
I'm with you in that it's nice to see.
That 4 out of the 5 are decent, and then next year we have Mario.
I mean, I don't know when Witcher came out. When did Witcher come out?
Did it miss
season 2? Miss the cut? Because I think Witcher's probably better portrayed than Uncharted.
But it's good to see that we're getting there and the bar's getting high and we're no longer seeing this curve.
I fully expect Last of Us to take this next thingy.
I hope it does.
I fully expect. Have you seen some of the early reviews coming out?
Nah, not yet.
Apparently, we have a hit on our hands, folks.
Nice.
So I fully
Arcane won that, by the way.
So Arcane won. I'm happy Arcane won. I love Cuphead Show, but I'm not going to vote it over Arcane. Episode 3 of Arcane is one of the best episodes of television.
Honestly, we don't do a film podcast, but if we ever do, I want to get one of my mates on here. And he watched it, and I've been telling him since I watched it, I was like, watch this TV show. And he never did. And then he watched like 2 episodes and stopped. And so I had to go with him. And then the other day, I got like a few weeks ago, I got a message back, and he's just like, episode 3 broke my heart. And then I just got like this paragraph, and it was like basically it was like a love letter and an apology of how he should have watched this sooner, and he just could not get over it. But if you haven't watched Arcane, everyone please watch Arcane. Yeah. It is. So Arcane won. The next award we're going to talk about is the best debut indie. Now I know me and you've only played one of these, but I know through internet Discord, people aren't happy. Some people aren't happy. So for best debut game created by an independent studio, Neon White, Narco, Stray, Tunic, and Vampire Survivors.
Why aren't people happy?
So it's the weird divide of Stray. So Stray won. By all accounts, it's like a fun and cute game, but it's not that good, and people just love it because it's cat. Mm-hmm. Cat be cat. But then I've got people I've got people saying that Neon White is like for a lot of like good respected reviews. Neon White's in discussion for Game of the Year. That's how good like Neon White is talked about. Neon White is like one of the highest praised games I've seen this year.
Now I do understand I'm completely unfair because I've not played 1, 2, 3, 4.
You've only played Tunic, haven't you?
But Tunic's great, so I'm happy. Tunic is great.
Tunic is phenomenal.
You play it?
Yeah, I played a bit. I do really want to play Neon White because of how much goodness I've heard about it. So it's a weird. Have you seen what Neon White is?
Yeah, I didn't look at it at all.
Weird speed running card game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
well, explain it if you want, because obviously other people won't know it.
So it's a speed running game where you have to go through a level, kill all the enemies, and hit the checkpoint. And you have like weird cards that you can either use. So a card would be like an assault rifle. You can either use that card to shoot bullets or throw it away to do an alternate use. And it's all about like getting your movement and like honing the run to perfection so that you get the fastest possible time to get like the platinum star. And people are in love with it from what I heard. Like I did look at it and I was like, nah, I bet that's quite fun to play like 1 or twice. But then like the amount of hype around it made me want to read it. So Stray won. And
I would have been happy if
Tunic.
Yeah.
Content of the year, content creator of the year.
I'll skip that one. I don't know any of the people in there.
Ludwig won. Best multiplayer. For outstanding online multiplayer game design, including co-op and massively multiplayer experiences, irrespective of game, genre, or platform. Your nominees were Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Multiverses, Overwatch 2, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Splatoon 3.
Okay.
So you played 4 of these 5?
I played...
Probably the most one you've played.
No, I played all of them.
Oh, you played Splatoon 3? Oh, yeah, you downloaded and played the beta, didn't you?
I played the free weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Played all of them. So, okay. This is my Daniel Johnson's thoughts. Buckle in, folks. So, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, I've completed.
Yep.
I don't complete many games these days. Me and Payback completed it together. It was good. It's not award worthy by any stretch of the imagination.
Be nominated for best multiplayer game of the year.
Yeah, I don't think that. If anyone thinks I'm wrong, I'm sorry. It was good. It was nostalgic. Brought back a lot of memories. Maybe we didn't play it on the hardest difficulty and I didn't get the challenge. I don't know, but it was okay. We did it in 2 sittings. I enjoyed my time with it. Me and Lee had a great time reminiscing about the toys we used to have. And that was it. Haven't thought about it since.
Yep.
Splatoon 3 was just more Splatoon. and it was okay. But Splatoon, whether it's because they don't get many multiplayers on the Nintendo or not, I don't know why it gets as much hype as it does.
Yeah.
Overwatch 2, I can understand why people would not be happy with that getting nominated because it's just a bit more Overwatch. I love Overwatch, but Overwatch 2 was just a bit more Overwatch. I love it. I'm happy with it. Haven't played as much as I ever wanted to. And in a way, that is the game's fault as well. Now, I'm sitting here not playing it because other people aren't playing it with me and whatnot. But I should really still play it on my own, but I'm not.
You haven't had nowhere near the urge. Like, normally, Overwatch 1 came out. You were either already on it when I logged on, and I had to get you off.
It was different back then, I suppose, yeah.
Like, you're like, oh, I only want to play Overwatch. You literally log on, and I'm only playing Overwatch now.
Yeah, and I had Sim to play with and stuff. So there. Multiverses, I thought was fantastic at what it was doing. It was really great. It sucked me in for a bit, and I thought it was really good. I really like what they're doing. Where that could go in the future is insane with the amount of licenses there is. And Call of Duty. Now, Call of Duty, okay, I genuinely do not think this is just another Call of Duty. I do think they've tried really hard. It's probably my most played game at the moment, which I never thought would happen because I love the DMZ mode. And I just don't have any idea how Splatoon won this, in my opinion. I think it's between Multiverses and Call of Duty.
I'd say, yeah, it's between COD, Multiverses, or Overwatch. It does baffle me that Splatoon won. I think it's got to be COD, isn't it?
I genuinely think COD deserves it this year.
Yeah, I'm with you. I haven't played multiplayer properly, but the DMZ, the Battle Royale, Spec Ops meant to be good. They're adding raids. They're doing some good fundamental changes. It's one of the best.
Shooting's good.
It's one of the highest regarded CODs for a long time. So I feel like that's just, we can't give it COD.
I feel that too. I feel it's a snobby pick.
Best sports or racing.
I just think that's
don't need to do similar.
Harsh. I don't agree with it. I would probably give that to Call of Duty. And to say I'm voting a Call of Duty game over Overwatch 2 is crazy. But it's just where we're at.
Just go through. Oh, okay. So I was confused with. So just quickly, we won't talk about it because we haven't talked about it. We haven't played. So for best fighting, Sifu was nominated. But the category is
best fighting. You've missed loads.
Yeah, because they're
what was best family?
Kirby.
Yeah, but don't skip best family.
Why?
Because there's a conversation to have there.
I haven't played Rabbids yet.
There's a conversation to have there.
Okay.
What won the best sports racing game? Okay, so best family. Sorry to go past. Josh has skipped a few, so he's just threw me off guard there. Sorry about that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go quickly back to best family. So on best family, what's really confusing me is apparently Splatoon's so good to beat Call of Duty to best multiplayer game of the year, but it hasn't even won in the best family category. Now, it's come against Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga. Now, I don't play those, but I understand they're meant to be really good.
On Game Pass, I played a little bit of it.
I thought people loved Mario Rabbids Spark of Hope.
Yep.
And from what you told me of the Kirby and the Forgotten Land, I can't believe it's won anything.
I also don't get it as a family game because the co-op is really shoehorned in and it's not very good. So surely the family game goes for like the best game that you can play with your family. Which
I think it's one that would appeal to all the family.
But I still
really? What's it say?
For best game appropriate for a family play.
Yeah. So yeah.
I don't think Mario really is in there because that's it's a challenging tactics-based game. It's got a cute family coat on top of it. But like underlying, you put that on hard mode, you're in for a challenge. I think
why is Kirby one just because it's Kirby?
Probably. I think Lego Star Wars takes that with easy. Like I think that smashes it out of the park.
Can you see how I'm confused? Why is Splatoon 3 not won best family game, but it's good enough to stop Call of Duty winning best multiplayer?
I don't know.
Someone's gonna have to explain it to me.
Happens a few times. There's a few things I keep.
Did Multiverses win the best fighting game? Because it's got to be.
So it did, which I know a few people weren't happy about, but I don't mind. But I don't get why if Sifu's nominated and Sifu counts, Sifu wins. My question is, should Sifu have counted?
What does the category say?
For the best game designed primarily around head-to-head combat.
Then no, it shouldn't count. because you can't head to head.
I don't think it does, but if you do, you are counting Sifu win. Sifu was a phenomenal fighting game. It's fucking incredible. It's up there for, I think.
I'm secretly hoping we get it in this 15 days of Christmas from Epic.
So what we're doing, we haven't told us about this, but towards the end of the year, we're going to do a top mate 10 or 5 of games of our year this year, our best games. Sifu is a heavy contender to like sneak in that list. Sifu's fighting and its appeal and its overall vibe and what it does is just they've took a thing, right, we're going to focus on this, and they've fucking nailed it.
Yeah.
I don't think it should win best fighting game because it's not a head-to-head fighting game, but it confuses why it's in there.
I agree.
So best role-playing game. What one fighting game was Multiverses, by the way, sorry. For the best game designed with rich player character customization, progression, and including massive multiplayer experiences. Nominees are Elden Ring, Live, Pokemon Legends Arceus, Xenoblade Chronicles, and Triangle Strategy.
Gotta be Elden Ring, hasn't it?
Yeah, it is. I really do. I am curious about playing Xenoblade Chronicles. I've heard a lot of good things. It's nominated for a lot of awards. I
have heard, but it's Japanese RPG, isn't it?
Yeah,
they're a bit out there for me. Yeah.
Well, Elden Ring does a lot of things good, and I think a lot of things okay. And I'm not on the masterpiece. I'm not like on the greatest game of like all time. Fucking hype some people are, but I think what it does do well is its role playing and its character build and its character diversity and all that is absolutely phenomenal, isn't it?
Yeah,
a deserving winner of the best RPG. Pokemon Legends confuses me. Pokemon Legends Arceus does confuse me in its inclusion, but the rest, what I've heard about the rest, they're also phenomenal. I think what I've heard about the rest, any of them would have won in a year where Elden Ring didn't come out.
Yeah.
Elden
Ring was just a phenomenal game, wasn't it?
Best action adventure game. For the best action adventure game combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving.
So what's the nominees?
Nominations are A Plague Tale Requiem.
Never played it, heard good things about it.
Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, and Tunic.
Well, it's obviously God of War Ragnarok, isn't it?
Not even slightly close. So I have played about 5 hours of the first Plague Tale.
Any good?
Okay, good. Bounced off. It didn't grab me to see through. Like the world was good. A bit too light on like mechanics for me. It was a bit too boring when you played the game. All the sneaking about, hiding in bushes, throwing rocks to distract guards and stuff like that. It just got a bit boring.
Okay.
God of War Ragnarok is a literal masterpiece.
Yep.
Horizon Forbidden West, I really enjoyed the first, to the point where I did buy it cheap on PC when it got ported over. However, the port was fucking god awful, so I refunded
I have heard that,
which is a shame because all the rest of the ports. So I'm guessing in a year's time, the Forbidden West will get ported to PC with an actual port, and then I will pick that up because I did really enjoy the first one.
Yeah, I like the first one. I didn't complete it, and I did bounce off it just because it's that type of game that I would be amazed if I ever complete a big open world fetch quest mission and stuff.
For a while. When Horizon West came out, there was a lot, and you were
I know, but I just can't see me completing one again. I just don't think I've got the time or the will.
You don't have to do all that stuff, though.
No, I know. I just don't. I just personally don't think I'm going to have.
So I am waiting for that. I am really looking forward to it, and I do want to play it, but I don't want to play it on my PS4. I don't want to pay full price for it on a PS4. Have that crying of pain whilst I play it again. So I will wait next year. I'll pick that up. Stray, go away. Tunic was great. It's just outclassed here, isn't it? Like,
just outclassed, yeah.
It's and it's done really well. It's a small, very small team, indie game, first game.
Made by one man, isn't it?
I think so, and it swung for like what it did.
Like, made by one man, it's very impressive. But yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I agree.
But I think it should be really proud that it got that nod.
I agree. I would agree massively with that. So.
Best action game. God of War Ragnarok 1. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
I thought that was
Wow. I think anybody who's listening would know that. Yeah.
the best game in an action genre focused primarily on combat. Bayonetta
Okay.
3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Neon White, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Sifu. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for its third nomination, I believe.
I just don't understand why TMNT is getting so many nominations. Maybe I have to play it again. I don't know what I was missing. I thought it was very good. I didn't think it was game. I didn't think it was
game of the year in any category.
I didn't think it was be a nomination for any award like that at all, unless there was a retro award or something. I
think it's up there.
I might be wrong, but I didn't sit there thinking, "My God, this is that good." Like I didn't think it was bad. Next time I play with Payback, I'm gonna see what he thinks about it.
So I haven't played Neon White, haven't played any Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I eventually will get Bayonetta when it comes cheaper because I played the other two and I really enjoyed them. COD I enjoyed, but I think it's Sifu with a bullet here. I think Sifu is.
I know Bayonetta reviewed very well, very well.
It did get good reviews. I don't think it was to the heights of the other ones, and it had controversy, but we won't get into that.
I think it got everybody I saw give it a good review, so I expected that to win here.
Oh yeah, so Metacritic it's currently sitting at 86.
I'm not hating it. I've never played it, but I just know from.
I don't hate it, but obviously
from what I can see, I understand it.
So that got 86, and Sifu got an 81.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Sifu is mine.
I'm happy with that. Yeah.
I'm not. I think Sifu beats it, but hey best VR and AR. After the Fall, which is if you listen to our VR podcast, the guest we had on, Ethan, highly talked about After the Fall, and I can see why now it's getting nominated for best VR and AR game. It didn't win. Moss Book 2 won, which is the
little mouse.
The little mouse, kind of like
Plays
Astro's Lab. Yeah, kind of like the Astro Lab where you hover over the world and you guide them through.
I only ever played it like very briefly on PlayStation VR, but I think it's made to have like hand control, so I wouldn't mind playing it now on the VR. But yeah,
Among Us, Bone Labs, and Red Matter.
Among Us VR looks like a lot of fun. I know, like we're not the biggest Among Us fan, but that looks quite funny. That looks like it'd be a laugh. Haven't played any of them to have any comment, but I'm glad. But what I will say is, from what I understand, After the Fall's a great game. Moss is a great game. Among Us is a great game. Bone Lab went quite a lot, so it's getting love for good games. So I'm happy with that. That's what I take from that.
Another one we can't really touch on: innovation and accessibility, which is just recognizing games or hardware that pushes medium forward by adding features that helps gamers played by a wider audience. God of War Ragnarok 1, which I was surprised after seeing the Last of Us Part 1 accessibility specs, but I'm just guessing God of War just had similar or more.
I'm guessing that's the case. I never mess with them because I'm not reviewing these things, and luckily I'm very happy and grateful that I don't need to. I don't check them. I'm glad that they're there though. Whatever can get more people who have certain things that they struggle with into gaming without that being a barrier. Good on you. And the fact that they get recognised as an award, well played, Mr. Jeff Keighley.
I think
that's what it is. That's what I say.
Last of Us had a lot of stuff to tweak gameplay, but I think Ragnarok had like a lot of accessibility features in terms of like, to turn the characters different colours and stuff like that for displays. With no Last of Us 2. But yeah, like you said, it's good that they're getting it, and it will just
It's good that they're getting it. It's good that they're getting it, and it's good that it's being recognised.
It'll get to there.
It's that's exactly it. One day it'll be normal. Just like how many games have crossplay now?
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? We have to thank Call of Duty for that.
Pretty much.
They bust it out into the mainstream, and everyone said, "Well, if they can do it, why can't no one?" And Rocket League pushed for it as well. So big up to Rocket League for that too.
And tell Sony to fuck off for it because they were the only ones that were fighting.
They were the ones stopping it. And you know what? How much nicer is it that you can just say, I have people at work who say, I want to play. And I say, mate, it's cross-play. I don't need to play. I know we struggle a little bit just because of some people don't like playing with us on a console because we then bring in PC players. That's what some people don't like, but it's
Speaking
still
of
good.
Overwatch and Ethan, he got Overwatch. He's getting back into it, and he wants us to play. He wants to play with us.
Say when and I'm there, Ethan. Say when and I'm there. But maybe you should play Last of Us 2 first. You weird sausage. Yeah, carry on.
The next award is Best Community Support, recognising a game for outstanding community support, transparency, responsiveness, and inclusion of social media activities, updates, and patches.
I find it so weird how some people can vote on these things. Like, how are you putting enough hours to have an opinion on the overall support on No Man's Sky and Fortnite and Final Fantasy and Destiny 2 and Apex? Like, I don't get how you're playing that many things
So it's
to have that opinion.
So basically, how this maybe we should have talked about this earlier. So fan vote is 10%.
Yeah,
and then the other 90% is a group of judges.
Yeah, I know. From gaming, and then they have discussions. I know that. I was just being.
Yeah. So, but obviously the community's voting for their community. But I have heard, and for many, many years now, and including when I was in it, Final Fantasy 14's community and the way that they've been looked after and all that has been absurdly good. Their community support, the community they built around that game, is one of the best communities in a game. Period.
You know what I like about it as well? You know when it drops like big content that people go mad for? Was it like Shadow Walkers or something?
Yeah.
When they dropped that, all the people that were playing it regularly got put on a separate server, so they never got messed with, and then anybody else they had to queue. So the main ones who put hours in, and then they had to stop it. Yeah,
they had to
crazy.
Stop selling new accounts. They had to stop selling the game and stop letting people make new accounts because it got that.
It was that popular. Yeah. I got no real opinion on this. I think Apex is lucky to be on it. I know it keeps bringing out characters and stuff, but I don't know. Fortnite, I always think will forever be in this because I like what it does all the time. But
same with No Man's Sky. But I just think they're all great. But Final Fantasy 14 is just on a. I'm not
going to fight with it.
Do we want to talk about best mobile game?
Because I've had a look at it, and the reason why I just want to quickly talk about it is for a couple of things. You're not looking at your run-of-the-mill mobile games here.
No, you're not.
So Apex Legends Mobile is meant to be very good. Diablo Immortal, that game could have been something so special if it weren't the greediest game alive and tried to literally spend hundreds of thousands of pounds on it. Genshin Impact, that's a lot of game, a lot of paywalls and stuff. I don't know about Tower of Fantasy, but it looks quite cool. And Marvel Snap, that game, as anyone here knows, I'm a board gamer as well. This game is coming up all over my YouTube, not through my video game channels. It's coming through my board game channels. They're mad for it. I don't know. I ain't played it. I've been thinking about it.
Really good. It's so real quick rounds. I know it's the only one I've played, but I would have voted this. It's free to play, really quick rounds. It's got a lot of good mechanics to it. So yeah, it's just a simple. There's 3 sections in the middle of a board. You each take turns playing as many cards as you can play. Put in units in the 3 sections. It's it's like this is going to go over everyone's head, but yours. It's like Smash Up, but only Marvel. So there's bases. You have to put characters on there. At the end of the 6 turns, whoever has the most character points on that base wins. You win 2 out of the 3, you win the game.
So it's Smash Up,
basically, just only Marvel, but. Really good to kill time. And it is weird that, Apex Legends is... I could just Dan show me the phone now. He's downloading it so we can play that. Apex Legends are full-on, basically a console game ported to phone. Same again, the one that actually won is a mobile game. Yeah. Which is mad, but Marvel's not fantastic.
I don't know nothing about this tower defense game, but...
No.
Yeah.
Best indie.
Okay.
I feel not playing it. I feel like a lot of games are hard done by now. So, best indie, outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside the traditional publishing system. Cult of the Lamb, Neon White, Sifu, Tunic, and Stray. And Stray won because cats. I think what I've heard, what I've seen, what I've played, I think Tunic's better. I think Sifu's better. Neon White looks better, and Cult of the Lamb looks better.
Cult of the Lamb looks interesting. I wasn't like. I like the look of that.
One because cats.
I like the look of Cult of the Lamb. I'm a cat person. I've got two, but I've never saw a thing about Stray that made me want to play it. Sifu is brilliant.
I think Sifu wins that. I think Tunic wins that. And I wouldn't be surprised if either Cult of the Lamb or Neon White won that.
Cult of the Lamb looks. I wouldn't mind fucking Cult of the Lamb if it's cheap enough. It looks alright.
Devolver Digital do not miss.
They know what they can do.
Devolver Digital's last few repertoire and what.
Have you ever played Pyre?
Pyre. Remind me which Pyre is.
Pyre is a weird game. It come out before like all their other ones, really like Hades and stuff. So you go around this story and you play this special game where you choose which of your three characters you want on your map, and there's a ball and you got to get the ball in the end zone of the other game. So it's like a sports one, but you have the characters that you can upgrade and they can do special abilities, and you can pass.
I've never played it, but
I played it a lot. I bought it. I like it. I fuck with it. Very good. Very cool. Acting, like, the voice acting in it's cool. The
Pyre.
World's cool. The image is cool. Huh?
Pyre.
Yeah. Very good.
That's Super Giant.
I thought that was Zold. Is it?
If the one that I'm looking at, like Vikings and shit.
My bad. Is Super Giant the one that does Hades?
Yes.
That's what I'm thinking of. Apologies.
I was going to say it looks exactly like Hades.
I fucked up there, so I'm sorry.
They're similar. They go for similar things. I wouldn't know.
But it was the one that does.
The guy with Hotline Miami is their big one, but Katana Zero,
Pistol Whip,
Age Out, Gris,
Pistol Whip.
There's Enter the Gungeon, Carrion. Honestly, their repertoire is absurd, and it got beaten out because cats.
Yeah,
and I think. It annoys me.
I don't think we need to do the next three, really.
Go in Final Fantasy 1. Games for Impact.
I don't get best ongoing, best community support. That's very similar.
Right. I think the next one we can talk about a bit is best performance.
Well, not really, because I haven't played most of them, and Kratos is awesome. I'm guessing Kratos wins.
Christopher Judge did win. Did you see his interview? Did you see his award speech?
Yeah, I did.
The man spoke for 9 minutes.
Yeah.
He single-handedly gave away 9 Steam Decks in the time he finished. So for every minute that the Game Awards ran, they gave away a Steam Deck. And because he took so long in his speech, they gave away 9 Steam Decks.
That's mad.
Christopher Judge is one of the best performances. Kratos is one of the best performed characters and written and acted characters I've ever seen in a video in Medium. It is phenomenal what he did and the work he put into it.
I need to finish it, man.
Yes, you do.
I know I do.
Nuance in that performance.
I need to do it. I'll do it.
Ridiculous.
I just need. I don't like playing them sort of games an hour here, an hour there. So unless I've got 3 hours, unless I've got 3 hours to sit there and smash it, I'm not even jumping on at the moment. So
we're gonna talk audio. Best audio.
Nah.
God of War Ragnarok won, which is fair. The Leviathan Axe, everything about that game is just phenomenal. COD doesn't have footsteps, so it can't be COD. Elden Ring is fantasy. Best score in music, Plague. So for the big main hitters, it pretty much came down to Plague Tale, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Forbidden West. Essentially, those 4 pop up all time.
Yeah.
Best score in music, God of War 1.
Yeah.
Understandable. Ben McCreary smashed out of the park. This one confused me. So best art direction.
Okay.
Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, and Scorn. How is Scorn not winning that? Now, this isn't about talking about what game. This isn't talking about how it played, how it reviewed, whatever. This is just its art direction, how it looks, and its artistic thread throughout the whole thing of it.
Yeah, Scorn looks ridiculous, doesn't it?
His whole thing is this whole of Scorn is all sizzle, no substance, which is fair enough. It's meant to be a shit game, but visually, how is that not winning?
I quite like Tunic's art direction's quite cool.
Elden Ring's great. God of War is phenomenal. The world that they build through God of War and Horizon, to be fair, I'm just
Horizon looks great as well.
I'm
I
more
like
partial to the Norse mythology. Not only does God of War look like one of the best games I've ever seen, but like the art direction, the character direction, all of that is just. But even saying that, Scorn still wins that. I don't know how Elden Ring's come away with that.
It's crazy, isn't it? Really,
a bit of dick sucking on the end of Elden Ring, I think.
Mad, isn't it? Really, but then. I suppose Last of Us Part 1 isn't getting no love at all, really, is it? But I kind of understand it.
It got its love. It's got its
love. Yeah, I get it. But yeah, okay, fine.
Best narrative, best outstanding story.
I'm surprised Saints Row's not won everything.
Dickhead.
It's a joke.
Best narrative for outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game.
Now, from what I've played so far, out of all those, it's going to be God of War in it.
100%. I genuinely don't even know really why Elden Ring's here. The story,
there's hardly any story to it. I think,
There's more story in Elden Ring than any other FromSoft game. It's just the telling of it is shit.
I agree.
It's not very good. So then I feel like there's taken a space up. They just could not put Elden Ring there. I've not heard anything about this on Mortality. It's like a VMF game, whatever it's called, the live action.
Oh yeah, I saw that. It looks crazy. A lot of people liked it as well.
The bloke who made that, I think it's a very small team. He made a game before, and it is like stupidly highly rated. Currently sitting at 88 on Metacritic.
Ghostwire Tokyo just died to death, didn't it?
Shit.
Tiny Tina's Wonderland as well. Nothing in there for that either.
God of War Ragnarok won as it should. It's narrative.
Tiny Tina's Wonderland could have got in the action one, you know. Like I maybe not won it because obviously, but it definitely could have been voted. Tiny Tina's Wonderland has got to have better action than Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge.
100%.
Hasn't it? I mean,
100%.
I know we've gone past that, but I'm just trying to have a quick look at some.
It's probably got better story and
art direction
than some of them.
Yeah, it's been a bit looked over, really, hasn't it?
Best game direction awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in direction and design. Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray again, and Immortality.
See, this is going to sound crazy because I've never played it, but the whole vision, game design, and how everything is one note, it looks so good on Horizon Forbidden West.
So I think
I really like the world of Horizon Forbidden West.
How they've talked about that game direction. I think God of War wins the first part, awarded for outstanding creative vision. The single take, everything that's been thought through, everything is dialed down to the nth degree. They knew exactly how every part of that game was working. And then when they talk about innovation, game direction, design, then I think probably Elden Ring's winning that.
Yeah.
So I don't know which half of that.
The problem is with
important.
The problem that is with God of War. Now, again, might be speaking out of turn and could have a completely different change of opinion by the time we get to the end of the game. But the first 40% I've played of it, it's great and it's fantastic, but it is just more God of War. They haven't pushed the envelope any further than the first one. But then the first one pushed it miles, but it's just more of that.
Yeah.
In my opinion, they haven't taken it any further. It's just more perfection. So they're not pushed it, which is why I kind of understand why.
I can understand
the next one, the big one, the big one in a minute. I can see why it goes the way that it goes, and I know you're not happy with it. So we might as well just do that now.
So yeah, what one game direction was Elden Ring, wasn't it?
Elden Ring, and then Game of the Year was also
Game of the Year,
Elden Ring.
Recognising the game that delivers the absolute best gaming experience across all creative and technical fields. Plague Tale, Requiem, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, which is ridiculous, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
So Elden Ring won it, and I know you're not happy with it.
I'm not.
Now, I don't. I didn't like Elden Ring because it's not my game. But what it did, and what it was pulled together, and the way it captured the year. So I sometimes think, okay, game of the year, what you have to think about is when you think of that year, what game do you think of? And the way Elden Ring just took over when it come out. Now, all right, Elden Ring come out when nothing else had come out.
That's not what the award says.
No, I know.
Gaming experience.
It's not a bad gaming experience either.
It's second. It's the second best of the year. God of War Ragnarok is a better. I'm happy. I'm fine with it. I'm not angry. Like if Plague Tale, Stray, any one of them, anything else other than these two won it, then yeah, I'm pissed.
Well, mate, if you fight between Elden Ring and God of War, you know who the winner is. Gamers.
Yeah.
Game. We win. Like
I don't mind.
Been a few. I don't really like it when it's a slam dunk and you know who's going to win it. This was genuinely close. I thought God of War might put again. I've not got to the end of it, so I might be just as pissed off with you when I get to the end. But I think it's just purely because if we never had God of War and God of War wasn't a Game of the Year winner, yeah, I think God of War Ragnarok would have won. But it's just now you might say it then goes on in a bit, but with the 4 episodes I played, it's just more God of War.
Nah, God of War. I can't.
Well, I need to finish it, so I can't really say. Elden Ring genuinely was very different to many things I played.
It was.
But I just didn't like it. I didn't like it.
It had a lot of things that are annoying, and I didn't like, and a few shortcomings here and there. And then, like, the only thing I don't like about God of War is, like, I didn't like the Ironwood bit a great amount, but I still like playing it. But
I like that bit.
The story and the relationship dragged me through it. Like, you know what I mean?
I liked Ironwood.
Whereas Elden Ring, there's a few bits I'm thinking, like, I didn't like this, didn't like that. And again, if God of War don't win it, 100%, it's Elden Ring, but I just think God of War is better. I think it should have won Game of the Year. I think it should have been God of War 2018, and then boom, straight up back at it again.
Well, like I said, we're the winners.
Oh, 100%. It's not like as stacked of a year as like when you had like Red Dead, Spider-Man, fucking all this. But
yeah.
So those were the winners in the categories. Now, permeated through all of that is an absolute metric shit ton of world first and premieres and reveals. So we won't go through like every one of them, but we'll go through a large majority of them and just talk about like what we shown and what we saw, just so because obviously again people want to know. It takes a while to like filter through because there's so much. So I'm just going down the list in no particular order. This isn't in chronological order. So Death Stranding 2 was announced. It was leaked a while back by Norman Reedus himself, but we now have confirmation and have a trailer. All the cast is back. Lea Seydoux, Norman Reedus, and you couldn't give any less of a fuck, could you, Dan?
What's your hype level for it?
It's weird. So I went back and played Death Stranding 1, and I genuinely did enjoy it. I think there's a lot more to it than you think, and I think it is a game that needs to be played a good bit to understand. I know you never will. But and I do like Kojima. I've been a Kojima fan for as long as I can remember. So I am. It's weird. I'm hyped for it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what it is more than I am playing it.
Okay.
I am genuinely looking forward to it because I like the world. I like the story. You get mad cutscenes, and he's a fucking lunatic, so anything could come out of that. You know what I mean?
So what is your hype level?
Are we doing it out of 10?
Yep.
6, 7.
6, 7 out of 10 for your hype level. Yeah. Mine would be a 0. I have no interest in playing Death Stranding 1. It looks like the world's most boring game.
Not. There's more to it than you think, though.
There might be, but there's nothing in there that makes me want to look like it. So I am just not interested whatsoever in playing it. And then more of that. No, just no.
You don't know. It could pull an absolute 180 and this could be a Tetris game for all we know.
It could be, and then I'll be on it, but I don't like over the top weirdness like it's putting out either. I don't even think I'd enjoy the story. if it was in a film, I don't think I'd like it. It's just not for me. So sorry, but no.
You spoke about them earlier. Supermassive came out of nowhere and revealed Hades 2 with a fucking slick looking trailer.
Yeah, I don't think anybody was expecting it so soon.
I knew we were seeing what they were working on next. I didn't know if
Did you think it'd be Hades 2?
I didn't. I thought maybe we'd get more. I thought maybe we'd get an expansion to Hades, or
yeah. I mean, when did Hades come out? It don't even feel like that long ago.
Probably longer than you think, but I don't think it was that long ago. Doesn't feel it anyway.
So, what do you think about it?
It just looks like more Hades. So
It
Hades
is,
came out in 2018.
You don't seem to like Hades as much as the next
I like it. I don't think I liked it as much as, if you look on paper, as much as I should have. I think if you look on paper and you look at what I traditionally like and things that tick my boxes, it ticks way too many of my boxes for me not to adore it in every instance.
Okay.
I just didn't. I don't know. I genuinely don't know what it was. I just didn't. The combat's great. Character's great. Looks great. Feels, plays great. There's a lot of progression. I think I might just have to play it again, you know. I think because I'm not blowing my own horn, I completed it fairly early on.
Wrap the difficulty up. Can you not do that?
You can, because you can play all the bonus runs. I don't know.
Want to try again?
In me just doesn't make me want to play that like a Slay the Spire or a Gungeon or a Binding of Isaac. I just think
really liked it.
Below it.
I played it in a weird way. I think there ain't many people played it mouse and keyboard.
You'd probably be surprised, but yeah.
And I played it mouse and keyboard, and I really liked it. And then
high levels
I played it controlled, and I didn't like it.
High levels for Hades too.
6 out of 10, 7 out of 10. I liked Hades a lot, but I haven't even completed that one.
I'd say about a 5, purely because if Death Stranding 2 is going to be more Death Stranding 1, there's space for that to still be fucking weird and mad and awesome and innovative. I just think
Hades 2 is just Hades, more Hades.
Which is still fantastic, but I do think it's just going to be more Hades.
Fair enough.
And I know what's coming out. So we said Final Fantasy 16 got a release date. It's now been announced. It's the 22nd of June, 2023. Came out with
6 months, same month as Diablo.
I'm really looking forward to Final Fantasy 16. I genuinely think it might be one of the best games ever made.
You said that earlier. It's weird that.
Watch the
What's making you excited for it?
Watch the trailers for it. Watch the hype, the story, the moments, the cinematic, the gameplay, the look of it. Everything just looks like it could absolutely smash out the park.
Yeah.
I think if it does, I genuinely think it'll be one of the best games ever made. Well, you got Yoshi P. I think it is back on the soundtrack, and Final Fantasy soundtrack bang every time. I'll give it that.
Yeah, it does. For me, it's a 4 out of 10.
I think this is my second highest one that I'm excited for after the reveals.
Really into it that much.
Maybe second, third.
Okay.
Next, FromSoft came out of nowhere. They'd been tired of accepting Game of the Year awards, and they showed off their next thing. And I think much to probably everyone's surprise.
Yeah, they've gone back to the mechs, haven't they?
And come out with Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon. I don't know why the drink's getting involved.
Mate, if you're getting Rubicon, I'm on it. I like it. It's fire.
It's not Dark Souls with mechs. They've already come away and said this is going to be a level-based game. No Dark Souls combat. Like, they are fully saying, fuck it. And that's brave.
It is brave, but we'll only judge them. It might be stupid.
It's FromSoft. I imagine whatever they do is good, but they have come off. Their bibliography at the moment is slam hit for Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 2 came. I know it's not chronological order. Dark Souls 2 came out. People didn't like it. Have gone since back and said it slapped. Dark Souls 3 slaps. Bloodborne, great, one of the greatest games ever made. Sekiro won Game of the Year. What else have they done? Fucking Elden Ring won Game of the Year. Like, they have just non-stopped, pretty much not missed, and now they're saying no.
So that's why you have to trust them.
You do.
They
And I
must know
suppose
what they're doing.
that falls flat on its face. They go, okay, fuck it, Dark Souls 4.
So you just got to wait and see, haven't you?
Yeah. But so I'm not on this. I'm either not on the scout looking after it, or I'm a 10 because I'm just like, are they gonna fuck this up, or are they gonna come out of the? Bro, they could come out of there with all of their knowledge, all of their talent. They could come out there and make you a
Smash
mech
it.
lover. They could make you a
Of
mech
course.
lover.
Of course, they could
Street
absolutely
Fighter
smash.
showed up.
Couldn't care less. Move on.
Couldn't even give a fuck. Judas was revealed, which is the new Ken Levine made studio. Ken Levine being the master and creator of all three Bioshocks.
And this looks like more Bioshock.
I guess have you seen the trailer?
It looks like Bioshock 2.
Bioshock in space.
It's Bioshock, but not Bioshock.
It's Bioshock in space.
Yeah, you got the shooting, the powers in your hands, the creepy
weird,
element.
And the weird, like, 60s, alternate 60s, poppy. Looks good.
Man knows how to make a game and you're sticking with it.
This is a man that brought us Bioshock 1, 2, and 3, so I don't really think we can...
You can't, yeah, you can only judge it by what you get.
The
Looks good. Say 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10.
Yeah. Crash Team Rumble.
Strangest reveal ever. Don't really see much of the gameplay, do you, in the trailer?
A team-based brawler / battle royale kind of thing?
I don't really get it from the trailer, to be honest.
I don't think anyone does. So I think it came out that they were unhappy with how Crash About Time, is that that's what it was called, a Crash About Time?
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, so they were unhappy with how that sold. Apparently it underperformed sales expectations.
Really? It's a shame. It's a really good Crash Bandicoot game. If you haven't played it, you should.
I think they kind of they've been forced into going on to like a panic mode. Let's fucking do something, which I think is weird. I think you take time and put out another Crash Bandicoot.
I've looked at the trailer 3 times now and I have no idea what the game is. You just beat each other up for Womba Fruit.
Yeah,
no, Crash Bash would have been better. I don't know. We're just gonna have to wait and see more on that. But yeah, strange.
And then I think this is my second most look forward to game.
What's that?
It showed Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Yeah, he's back with and he looks a bit like I'm no longer your dad. I'm no longer a baby. I'm now you call me daddy.
Fucking incredible. He's got a beard and scars. There's blaster combat that's been leaked. You get a gun.
Yeah,
it looks incredible, and
it looks like he's now call me daddy. Yeah, it does look good.
Fallen Order was fucking tastic. I think it got overshadowed when it came out by a lot of things.
And the thing is it came out, they released it in a really weird window.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, now, if you release a game now, obviously, it goes in next year's Game of the Year.
Yeah.
But then, by the time next year Game of the Year comes out, you forget about it, and this is when it come out. So, the year that it actually come out, it wasn't nominated.
Ridiculous.
And it went in the next year's, and it did get nominated, but it was so, like, forgotten about. People just didn't love it.
But it's one of the best Star Wars things you can ever get. It's phenomenal, it's fantastic, and that trailer was mind-blowing.
Yeah, the trailer was really good. If you haven't watched it, go watch it.
Diablo 4 got a release date.
Well, I mean, you can tell what have I said to you like 3 times since?
You can't wait to play Diablo.
I just said that as long as there's no microtransactions out the hill, that's going to like you make me have to sell my 3 kids. I will play that game because it looks.
Oh, it looks phenomenal, and it looks right on my alley.
Amazing.
I played Diablo 3 a lot. Played it with you for a good while, and then I played it on my own loads. Love it. I'm just scaredly optimistic. I'm
pessimistic.
I don't want to get my heart broken. I'm here.
Pessimistic because of the microtransactions could ruin it. But yeah, I'd say, to be honest with you, if I'm being really honest, I'd say 8 out of 9, 10.
Yeah, I'm
really looking forward to it. If the reviews say, there's no microtransactions, it'll be day one for me.
Yeah, but they'll put them fucking shit. But yeah, the next reveal genuinely made me really emotional.
Is it what you sent me on 6 o'clock in the morning?
No.
Oh.
So this is Suicide Kills the Justice League, and they showed that Batman was a boss, and it is the late Kevin Conroy's last performance as Batman.
Yeah, I haven't seen this trailer.
Have you not? So it's quite good. So they go into a room. Batman swoops up and picks up a guard, and Harley Quinn's like, "Oh, relax, it's fine. This dude don't kill." And because obviously the Justice League are going crazy, a dead body just falls from the sky, and they all shit themselves. And he just drops down, makes the lights go black, and you hear, "I am Night, I am Vengeance, I am Batman," and it comes up saying, "Thank you, Kevin." And it absolutely
really, I've not seen that. I'm going to watch that after
it comes up with a back
finished this.
symbol saying "Thank you, Kevin," and I'm just thinking, even if it's shit, I'm still playing it as soon as I can, just to hear the definitive, the best Batman, just to hear him one last time. And it's Rocksteady; they won't fuck it up. That boss fight, I want that boss fight to be harder than Superman. I want that to be harder than anything. I want that to be the hardest motherfucker in the game, and it will be, because it's fucking. It's the Bat. It's Arkham Knight. It's Arkham Batman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
After that, Bayonetta got a really weird adventure game, not combat. Looks weird and shit. I just think that's going to be not even slightest impact.
I don't like it. I don't like Bayonetta. It's too crazy for me.
Right, it's not. It's like a dreamy adventure game. Hellboy. Have you seen the trailer for this?
Oh yeah,
Hellboy
this looks quite cool. Yeah, the
proper Hellboy comic art. It's proper like dark shaded,
cel shaded.
Yeah. It's the comic.
The fighting looks quite good. Comic book Hellboy. I like the Hellboy universe. Looks quite good. Fairly interested to see what that comes in. Say about a 7 out of 10 for that one.
Yeah, I think if the combat's good, I like the world. It could. It's not gonna have Ron Perlman, and that's gonna make me sad. Crime Boss Rockay City. Have you seen this?
No.
Have you not seen this? So this is the studio's first game. It looks like a really generic Payday game. But do you know why this has hit headlines?
Nope.
See if I can get the cast of this game up. Okay. So, I'm trying to see if I can get the cast up, because this is fucking mental, my dude. So, just to start off,
is it the one with
yeah,
the geezer from Avengers?
The geezer from Avengers?
Not Avengers. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Bro, so this has
from Walking Dead.
Yeah, so this has Michael Rooker. This has Danny Trejo, Chuck Norris, Donald Glover, Vanilla Ice, Michael Madsen, and more.
Yeah, I'm watching a trailer as we speak. This looks...
I can't remember the woman's name. I do apologise. I've known it.
Kim Basinger?
Kim Basinger, yeah.
Okay, so...
What the fuck?
Okay, so can I just say, this is the first time I'm watching this trailer. You're getting a live reveal now. So I'm watching this now, and I know what you're saying. It looks like a generic crime game and whatnot. This is a 9 out of 10 hype for me.
Bro, it's got Chuck Norris as the sheriff, bro.
That's an 8 out of 9 10 for me. The reason being is, you know how a game can be set in space and I'm immediately turned off. If a game's set in a crime, mafia, and mob, I'm immediately turned on. It's right down my alley. That looks cool. I like Michael Madsen. I hope that we get to fuck up Chuck Norris. Danny Trejo's funny. I like the kids. He's the one from Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him.
So yeah, that's fucking mental.
So that looks quite funny.
Studio and they're just throwing money at cast. Then your Wishing into the World got revealed. We're getting a Transformers game, but like not a traditional Transformers game. It's Transformers meets Terminator.
Looks a bit weird.
You're going to be like one of I think you're either going to be one of the last remaining Autobots, or maybe a bad robot that turned good, a Decepticon that turned good, and you're helping the human resistance that are getting fingered by the looks of it. I literally do think it is Terminator meets Transformers. Not a lot of details on it.
I don't know if it's quite the Transformer game that I was describing and wanted.
It is, but it's a Transformers game.
So let's just see. I mean, I'm a bit hype again on Transformers because I'm really looking forward to the new film. So let's just see.
Not a lot of things were shown there. Literally just a pre-rendered trailer just to show it's coming. And then, next I'm honest, is it's the one. Never
This is
thought
the
it would
10 out of 10.
happen. Yeah, never thought it would happen to the point where I just didn't even think about it happening. And then I saw it and I audibly went, "What the fuck?" Sent it to you and then started watching it. And that is Remnant 2, sequel to Remnant from the Ashes.
Never known I wanted something so more that I didn't know about.
Mental. Immediately,
I-
soon as I saw it, I was like, "Yep, no."
I honestly, I know we've waxed lyrical about Remnant multiple times on this podcast, and I know it's always been in a co-op vein and a story vein. I genuinely think if I thought about my Ultimate games, this it's only sneaking in if it does, and I'm not saying it will. This might sneak into my top 10. It's definitely top 20 game for me.
If they nail,
why I loved it so much. I don't know if it's just because me and you,
when we played it,
did it. I don't know whether it was just a good session or we just clicked together with that game. I just fell in love with that game.
We talked about it the other day about playing it again. But if the second one takes what it learned and adds a bit extra and just refines it, this is going to be like one of my.
Trailer looks awesome.
The trailer has given me more faith in that ever. If they just said Remnant 2 is happening, I would have been a bit nervous. But as soon as I saw that trailer, I was like, no, they have not reinvented the wheel. They have just took the wheel and made it better. And it looks like everything I wanted.
I completely
I was so upset that I didn't watch it live. So obviously, like when you watch it live, you don't know what's coming. But because it's late at night, I was asleep. When I wake up in the morning, I get the news through scrolling down my YouTube, and like IGN have put the trailers up. So like I saw it and I saw the thumbnail. So it was a surprise, but not like a big of one. I wish I'd watched it.
Yeah, you wish you just watched the trailer.
Yeah, just so I just saw like dark and I was like piecing it together, and I hadn't known beforehand.
The trailer's so on point for a style. The music, I think I even added the soundtrack of the trailer to my Spotify today because I really liked it. I've watched the trailer so many times.
This game will be spoke about ad nauseum when this comes out on this podcast. If we're still doing it by them.
There's so many things.
There's bow and arrows in it.
There's so many things.
I've always said, if you want to make a game good or better, put a bow and arrow in it, and they have done that.
I mean, what intrigues you the most when you watch the trailer? Because I've watched it loads.
The boss weapons.
You know the one that's like on the goat. That's kind of like just on like balancing on that thing.
Yeah.
What's going on there? I'm watching it now as we speak, and I just can't get over how much I want this.
No,
I'd have been pumped if it was a
DLC.
Remnant DLC, because that DLC we bought off the last Remnant was fantastic.
What?
This one, I can't wait. I wish it was out tomorrow.
So then,
seriously, 10 out of 10.
Oh, it's my most anticipated game. That, then Star Wars, then Final Fantasy.
There's two things in the trailer I didn't like. The geezer who runs and hugs you with the spikes.
Yep.
And that blue thing that flies up in the air, because it reminds me, the like big lady reminded me too much of you know who.
The butterfly, yeah.
And that if that butterfly's back,
I thought that butterfly. I reckon we fought that butterfly first time.
I hated that butterfly.
After that, we got a bit more Tekken gameplay. That's going to go hard. One of the best looking fighting games we've seen, like graphically.
There looks like there's more story to Remnant 2 in the trailer.
Yeah, 100%. We need to move on.
Sorry.
We will talk about this.
Sorry.
The only reason I don't want to, but I think this game's going to take way too much of time up of our podcast when it comes out, if we're still doing it by then.
I just can't believe. When's it out?
I don't know. I don't think there was a reveal date for it. I think it was just a trailer.
I'm watching the trailer now, so I'll tell you in a second. Well,
Tekken gameplay. Tekken's Tekken looks incredible. Not more. We got a bit of DLC news for both Horizon Forbidden West. They're doing a new one called Burning Skies that takes place in Hollywood. And Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty came out and it stars Knuckles himself. Big fucking Idris Elba himself.
Wow.
Keanu Reeves is back and Idris Elba's back now. That's a cat. Yeah. I like Cyberpunk. Does a lot of things good. Once it's stable and decent to play, it's genuinely a really good game. Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 got another gameplay trailer, and my God, does it look incredible.
It does look good.
Space Marine 1 is the best Warhammer game you can play, I would say. And this looks like it's taking everything that does it better. But I am just in awe of the graphics of how good that game looks. The shine off that Terminator armor and the fucking Tyranids and the scene where the bell drops. Oh my god, I've watched that. I've watched it so much. I even showed it Lucy because she's played Space Marine 1. She really enjoyed it and played that, so she'll be playing that. Lords of the Fallen got another trailer, and that deserves an award. If that comes out, that deserves an award for overcoming how shit the first one was, because that looks promising.
It does.
The second one
The
was
first
really
one was
promising,
awful.
but the first one was shit. One of the slowest. It was like using molasses on every single thing you did. Heavy rolling in Dark Souls isn't as slow as walking was. The Last of Us Part 1, that's coming out on PC in case you haven't played it the 57 other times it's been released.
No, I know, but it's The Last of Us, so it's great.
Oh, Returnal's coming to PC. I told Ellis about that the other day, so we don't need to talk about that. Baldur's Gate 3 got a release date.
About time.
It made me so fucking excited. So I have put 20 hours, 25 hours, about a day into Baldur's Gate, because obviously it's early access. There's not a lot. There's like a big, massive open prologue. When you do that, it basically says, there's no more game. Wait.
Yeah, so it's got 20. It released 20 hours.
It's more than that. It is more than that. There's a lot of gameplay there. It's just I've done it once. The draw is doing it with different characters, doing it in different circumstances, doing different builds. I just haven't got around to that. But I don't want to, because when the game full releases, I don't want to have to do that bit for the 8,000th time. So I'm really conflicted between one. I honestly want to play it because they added the druids and the bards, but I just don't want to. When this game comes out next year, I think it comes out March again, something like that. I don't want to, I don't want to come out there and have to constantly do it again.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
The trailer showed off some fucking. Oh, it looks so. I genuinely think it might be better than Divinity. If they do it right, I genuinely think it might be better than Divinity.
When it comes out, maybe we do it together.
I'm so down for that. Honestly, more than you would ever know. It's so good, Baldur's Gate. Like, it's literally Dungeons and Dragons.
What I loved, and I really honestly have no idea why it stopped. I loved the very small bit we did on Wasteland where we were speaking, we was taking our turn, we was picking off the enemies. I love that.
Better.
I know. I've been thinking about getting Infinity and playing it with you.
Yeah. That might be a nice warm-up. But other than that, that's really it. There's a few DLCs and stuff, like Fire Emblem got some DLC. Dead Cells is getting a Castlevania update and stuff like that. But other than that, those are the large reveals from what was a pretty stacked Games Award.
Pretty good Game Awards, yeah. I
love that.
There's a lot of things that come.
I love events like that. I love E3.
Oh yeah, it's just fun, isn't it?
Games Fest.
You never know what you're going to get, and I mean, let's be honest. I'm not just talking about it again, but I'm just it does come up here. We wasn't expecting a Remnant game, and it's give it us, and
I'm seeing Batman Kevin Conroy again for the last time.
Yeah, and it's just stuff like that. I'm just quick. The top comment on this YouTube video of this trailer that we was watching was, played the first one without any expectation. It became the best co-op experience I've ever had. I'm hyped.
Yep.
I think that was from Josh Johnson on the. No, it was some random 6 days ago. So yeah, it was a good Game Award, and I'm glad that we spoke about it actually, because it is nice to know.
I know. It's almost like, I'm not saying you have to. I'm not gatekeeping it, but like, casual people and stuff like that, they're not going to be tuned in for it as much or care about it as much. It is that, I do feel like it's that like next level of like liking games, you know what I mean? So, and not even that, like, even if you do like games or you wanted to watch it, there's so much content thrown at you so quickly. So it's nice to just have this, I'd say quick, I don't know how long we're talking, but a quick, breezy rundown. Everything that needs to be highlighted has been highlighted for you. We've had a discussion. And it's just praising the Game Awards, because I think the Game Awards is a great thing for. Yep. I did see a skill
celebrating our hobby, isn't it?
Yeah. I saw a YouTuber on a skill up. He said the same as he said what I was thinking. The ratio to awards to reveals is too heavily weighted for reveals, and it's not given like people enough. So like a lot of the awards are just like given out random, like just on a segue. Like they don't get to go up and collect their award, and I feel like they should.
I think there's a lot of awards, and it'd be boring, and no one would watch it if they didn't.
Bro,
That's what you got to remember.
but
What you got to remember is, mate, let's be honest, not that many people would watch it if there was no reveals.
I know, no, I want more.
He knows
reveals,
what
but
he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
Literally, best action game. He was just quoting. It was like in between two reveals. He went, "Oh yeah, best action game, God of War." Whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, give them their praise. They ain't getting any other praise than this. This is the only time they're winning awards and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
But yeah, fantastic, great reveals. We're getting Remnant from the Ashes too, and I'm listening to Kevin Conroy once again. So we are both as happy as we can be.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I enjoyed the episode very much. We'll be back next week. We've got a few topics. Hopefully next week we can start the single player bracket.
And if not, towards the end of the year, we will get a recapping of the year and favourite games that came out. It's that time of year when everyone starts talking about looking back and recapping.
Yeah. 100%.
So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. That was a rundown of Game Awards, everything you missed. Dan, thanks again for being on. And once again, a massive thank you to everyone that is listening. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.